Thank you so much for joining us on yet another episode of Humans of Topper. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Uzma Khorkar. I have to talk about this before we kind of start the interview. So Uzma was my recruiter at Topper, and she was the one who kind of recruited me. I remember getting that call from her almost 2 years ago, over 2 years ago. Yeah, and it kind of changed my life. So
It changed my month, that month, that's for sure, because like I said, we were really struggling with getting good English SMEs on board, and your everything, from communication to everything on your CV ticked all the boxes, and it's like, really hoping and praying that God, please let her come down for an interview at least, and rest is history.
So awesome. And we're shooting this episode.
Yeah,
2 years later.
That's a thought.
Awesome. Now, Uzma has actually been one of the most, she's been like one of the most successful recruiters at Topper. So, did you always want to have a career in recruitment? Like, how did that journey start?
Oh, that's a very funny story actually. So, right after my MBA, I taken a sabbatical year because I was so damn bored of studying. So just for reference, I've done my MBA in finance, and my bachelor's also was accounting and finance as a major, as a specialization. So I was kind of bored of doing that, and I didn't really want to pursue a career in finance or accounts, and that is why I decided to take a sabbatical year. And this friend of mine joined this consulting firm, and after like 6-7 months of me being on that sabbatical, she joined this firm, and in 2 months into that, she calls me one day. She's like, we're looking to hire recruiters, and it's going to be really fun if you come work with us. I was like, no, I don't think I want to do recruitment. I don't even know what that is. Right. And she's like, no, come. They have parties every Fridays and Thursdays, and they're like drinking sessions, and people are really fun and this and that. And I was like, that sounds interesting. So it's like, okay, cool, I'll go for an interview, and got selected and everything. Until the day I joined, I did not know what my job responsibility was.
Oh, so like, I was so the party and the fun stuff.
Yeah, I did only for that. I was like, hey, I'm going to make good friends, and I'm going to have the time of my life. I don't know what work I'm going to do, but I'm going to join.
Yeah.
So I joined. Recruitment basically happened for me by chance, but I actually loved the work that I was doing, and that's why I decided to pursue a career in recruitment itself. So that's how recruitment happened for me.
So was that your first job?
Yeah, that was my first job.
And then the second one was Topper?
No, the second one, so I changed 3 jobs before Topper, but all of them were in recruitment consulting.
Right.
Although different industries. I started off with oil and gas, moved into banking and finance, then did marketing and business development and recruitments for those regions, and then Topper.
You joined Topper in December 2016, right? So can you take us through December 2016 to now Jan 2019? How has that journey been like for you?
That has been an eventful journey. Like I started, when I started with Topper, I was hired as a recruiter to do knowledge hiring, right? And that was the only thing that I was supposed to do. I started doing that, moved. Picked up a few things, did a little more here and there, set up the DOC in Pune, and then the Hyderabad office decision came on board. And then kind of moved into tech and product hiring, and now I lead tech, product and marketing hiring with a part of sales, which is renewals.
Right. You kind of touched it all.
Everything. Like even sales I've done for 2 months, like sales hiring.
Right.
So basically touched everything.
That's awesome. So you joined as a recruiter, then you kind of grew into
So then I became an assistant manager, and then now if designation wise, so recruiter, assistant manager, and now a manager.
Awesome! Congratulations on that. We just hope you keep on growing. Now I'm done with my sort of questions. There are questions that the other humans of Topper have asked you, so I'm just gonna get a very special fish bowl. Okay, and there are chits with questions. You just want to pick one. The first one.
What's the best thing about working at Topper? Wow. I think for me personally, the opportunities of growth that I've gotten is one of the best things that I find working at Topper. I've been able to interact with people at multiple levels and multiple stages, right? Not just like the junior executives or people at a certain level, I have access to everyone who I want to talk to, right? Whether it be the CEO, the CTO, or anyone else for that matter, right? And I think that's one of the best things about working at Topper, the flat hierarchy or the no cubicle thing, right? Where everyone is approachable, and I think that's really important in an organization for an individual, from an individual perspective, because that helps you grow as an individual and as an employee as well. So yeah, I think that's one of the best things about it.
And I second that, totally agree. Just like look around, we have like an open space here, and we can speak to whoever we want to.
Like tomorrow, my manager is not going to be mad at me because I went and I spoke to someone on, about him. Right, like I have seen that happen in the past, and I've heard that from candidates that has happened to them in the past. But I don't think that has ever
happened. That's an alien thought for us, right? That never happened. I'm like, ye bhi hota hai. We're like, kya? Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Fine. So that's the best thing.
Yeah.
Or working at Topper. Great. Moving on to the next one.
What's the secret of your confidence? Woo. I don't know. To be fair, I don't know. Like, I think. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about confidence, you should have seen me almost 7 years back when I started my career. I was like this really shy, quiet, introvert girl who couldn't really talk to anybody. But I think it's the career that I'm in that forced me to talk to strangers and forced me to come out of my shell. I think shell.
Your shell.
My shell. Okay. Forced me to come out of my shell. I think that's one thing that helped me, develop the confidence that I seem to have. But a lot of it is just a facade. So,
yeah. But great, awesome. We love your confidence as well.
Thanks. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Please be next one. Oh God, what makes you human of Topper or hot? I think one of the defining qualities of any Topperite is their drive to excel in anything and everything that they do, and the resilience that you have, right, while working. Like for me, for example, in recruitments, we see a lot of rejections on a day-to-day basis, right? And if we were to get bogged down by that, I think we would have crashed a long time back, right? So I think that's one thing that definitely makes me a human of Topper. Apart from that, I think just being empathetic towards people has helped me, do my job a lot more efficiently than I would otherwise. And I think that is another quality that does make me a human of Topper. I think if I am talking about this, one of the other qualities, or other values of Topper that we have, customer happiness, is also something which is very deeply ingrained in me. And customer for me is not, the people who buy the product. A customer for me is the hiring managers and the candidates that I deal with, right, on a daily basis. And I think another thing that helps me attain that level of customer happiness is just being honest with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Like I can't go and tell my hiring manager that I have 20 interviews and I only have 2, right? And I can't go and tell the candidate that I will give you a 50% hike when I can just give him 5, right? So I think that definitely makes me a human of Topper. So
yeah. And we agree. Awesome. I think that's the last one.
Lucky one. Let's see what it is. What's the one quality that all recruiters should have? I think I covered this to a great extent in the previous question, but I think resilience and honesty is something that every recruiter should have at every point of time, right? Like that's one thing that should be so deeply ingrained in you that they should not waver, that you should not waver, right? Because like I said, for example, let's take sales recruitments, as an example. There are people, we hire at least 50 to 60 people on a weekly basis, and about half of those guys leave before the month is out, right? And if you're not resilient enough, you're not going to be able to, keep doing it again and again, right? And that's something I think which is very important for a recruiter, be it in Topper or anywhere else, right? A recruiter should be resilient, and he should not like feel bogged down because of the amount of work or the kind of work. I feel recruitment is the same across levels, whether it be tech hiring, whether it be product hiring, whether it be knowledge hiring, whether it be sales hiring, right? At the end of the day, you are dealing with human beings and human emotions, and I think you should be a little more empathetic, a little more honest, and a lot more resilient.
So just remember, guys, be resilient, be honest, and just be yourself and keep working. Yeah, that's important. Awesome. I think we are at the end of this episode, but it was great having you, Uzma. You know, I truly believe that it is the people who make Topper what it is. So I'm just going to wish you all the luck, you and your team, to keep hiring the great people that you all are currently hiring and the people that you're going to hire in the future. So thank you once again, and thank you guys. Bye.